name is Rochelle Hopman, and today I'm going to talk to you about dance competition etiquette. Who could raise their hand and tell me what etiquette is? Kylie.
Like, how to behave and about it.
Okay. Okay, so how should we act in the dressing room? This is what we need to remember. We need to be mindful of everyone around you. So sometimes we have to share a dressing room with a bunch of other people. So when we go to a dressing room, we don't want to throw our stuff everywhere. As soon as we come in from change, throw it everywhere, and then it's everywhere, okay? On the table, when you're getting ready, you don't want all your makeup throughout the whole table because there's a bunch of girls that have to share. So we need to throw our trash away, make sure that there's not trash everywhere. We need to keep things organized, use our manners, say, excuse me, please, thank you. Because it's not just us. Like, we can be goofy and silly when we're around each other, but when there's other people around, we have to have manners and be polite so that they don't think that we are crazy people when we're at competition. When we're backstage, this is something that we also really need to remember is we only need to go back there when it's time to perform. So we shouldn't be going backstage a whole bunch of different times, looking at the dancers or whatever. We only need to go back there when it's time to dance. Also, something that we kind of have been lenient on this year is we should only be back there if we're dancing. So only if your dance is performing and you're in costume should you be backstage.
No.
A lot of us want to be supportive of the girls backstage, but you can watch from out in the audience and see how they do out there. We shouldn't all be crowded back there because when we go out there, when we go backstage, do you see other studios have other girls backstage that aren't dancing? No, because then it'll be a whole big crowd if everyone went back there, right? Yes. So we need to stay quiet too. A lot of us, our voices get a little bit loud when we're back there, and there's people dancing, so we don't want people in the audience to hear us backstage because we're not the ones performing. We also need to stay behind the curtain. We've had a couple different times where we step in front of the curtain and people can see us from the audience, like on our critique videos. We see us in the background because we're not behind the line where we should be, right? Also, we shouldn't practice backstage. So we need to do all our practice things. I know sometimes we're rushed and we have to go back there, so we kind of practice while we're back there, but sometimes it's really crowded and we don't have room to do that. So we need to try to practice outside before we go backstage so that we're not doing that. Also, we need to tell other dancers good luck, good job. That's good team sportsmanship. This is a couple pictures of what we should do and what we shouldn't do. This one is what we should be doing when we're backstage and when we're getting in the dressing room. This is what we should not be doing when others are around. Okay? Okay, how to act when we're not performing. When we're not performing, we either need to be in the dressing room with the rest of the girls, or if we go to the lobby, we need to take an adult with us so we're not running around all over the place and people don't know who you belong to because you look like a stray child. We also need to sit in the audience quietly so that we can learn, because we're at competitions to learn from other studios. We're not there just to dance. We're there to also learn so we get better and can apply what we learn to next year and next competition. And we always need to walk. A lot of times we run around all over the place and it gets a little chaotic because it's really crowded, especially at this last competition. A lot of you were there and there's tons of people everywhere. So we really have to make sure that we're walking so we're not running into people and making it more crowded than it should be. Okay, when we're at awards, this is a big thing that we need to remember is we need to congratulate everyone. You all are a team, and a lot of you have to compete against each other, and I know it gets difficult because it's kind of like in-team competition, but we need to be happy for everyone. Like, some of you might be upset with what you get, but we can't let that show on our face when we're out on the stage. The audience sees you and is watching you receive that award, and if you come sit down and you're like, then obviously that looks like you didn't like what you got and you are showing that you're upset from the stage. We don't want that to show on our face. We need to be proud of whatever we do because every competition, it's an opinion by the judges. So you're going to have different judges at every competition. They're all going to see you differently. They're all going to think different things. So one judge might think you're amazing, one judge might think you need some work. But no matter what we get, we need to be proud of ourselves because we know we did the best. So no matter what, we need to be happy with what we got. If you don't like it, then keep that in mind. Come to dance practice the next day, work harder, do better the next time. Okay, I'm going to pick 3 people to read these statements for me. So raise your hand if you can read well. Okay, Tama, can you read this one? Okay.
Can I have help on the last name?
Yes, Munt.
Okay, Carl Munt from Dance Spirit says it's natural to want to share your victories, but there's a fine line between being proud of yourself and bragging. Instead of filling your newsfeed with posts like, just did 10 pirouettes in class, I'm the new record holder at my studio, try, so thankful to my teacher for helping me reach my pirouette goal.
Okay, so a lot of you have phones, a lot of you have social media, so we're posting, oh look, I can do the splits, I can do this leap, or 12 turns, or whatever we're doing. We want to make sure that we're not showing like, I'm better than you, okay? We want to stay humble, we want to be proud of ourselves, but we want to not seem arrogant to other people, because how we act as a team is how others watching view our studio, okay? Okay, here's the next one. Taylor, make sure you're loud.
Miss Jamie says that competitions aren't just about the trophies. Competitions are about bettering yourself and challenging yourself. You should take the time to watch dancers from other studios. Finally, when you get home, ask your teacher if you can see the critiques so you can fix your mistakes for the future.
Okay, so this goes back to what I talked about earlier. Make sure we are actually watching these other teams, watching these other dancers, because there's going to be different kinds of dancers at every competition we go to. There's going to be people who dance like Maddie from Dance Moms, and then there's going to be people from everywhere, and we want to learn all the different kinds of styles of dances, and we want to be able to learn. That's why we go to competitions, is to learn. Okay, this is the last one. Sierra.
Miss Jamie says one thing you have to remember is that every single dancer works very hard to perform. Every parent wants their child to do well and be noticed. Every dance teacher works hard so that their students perform to the best of their ability. Everybody at a dance competition has at least all of that in common.
Okay, so you're not the only one that wants to win when we go to competitions. Everyone who goes there wants to win. That's why we go, right? So, not everybody can win. So we got to be happy with whatever we get so that they don't feel bad for winning. So if someone you know gets a platinum and you get a gold, I know you're going to be upset that you got a gold, but you want to be happy for that person so that they don't have to feel sad because you're sad. You know what I'm saying? So we want everyone to feel happy with what they got. And so we never want anyone to feel bad for getting something, okay? Okay, also, this is how we should be dressing in class. How many of you have your leotards on today? I know you all have them because you're all in this picture. So, this is what we need to wear to dance class, okay? Okay, this is what we need to remember. We all do this because we love it. We always need to have fun, because if it's not fun anymore, why are we doing it? You need to do the best you can. We are a team, and however you act around others and at competitions is how we are viewed as a studio. So we want them to be like, wow, that studio is amazing, and their kids are so polite, and they're always where they're supposed to be, and no one ever has to yell at them. Yeah, we want people to think of that. Okay? Okay, that's all I have today. Thank you.